past this little trick of yours. Counselor Jake, made undead. How dare you waste your time on petty tricks while Brachus Rex is still underground? Have curse your stupidity, Evelyn. Look over there. Your foolish games have brought source hunters into our very midst. I have no time for these distractions. Brachus Rex's resurrection is at hand. Deal with these insects and join me. Understand?
Of course, O Holy Conduit. I will deal with them swiftly.
See to it that you do.
You! Your stomping through my affairs has cost me dearly. More dearly than you'll ever know. What a pleasure it will be to see the Source shred your every last sinew.
That healing stone you had, was it fueled by Source magic too?
You mean my bloodstone, I suppose? Ha! It was named like that for a reason, Source Hunter. I'll put it simply. We start with Starstone. A pretty gem, but hardly special. It contains a potential, though, known only to the enlightened few. If imbued with blood, Starstone contains the power to heal. A life given to the stone is a life one can give to another. To save a great life must be sacrificed. This is what the Conduit has taught us.
Tell me more about the lady you call the Conduit.
She is our leader. Leandra is her name. The Conduit is her title. She aims to bring about... But no, you are not worthy of such knowledge. The bird does not explain to the worm why it devours it.
What is Counselor Jake doing here? And what have you done to him?
That wretch is but a thrall, a tool. But the Conduit trusted him. I was determined to find out why, and resurrected him. His unwillingness to cooperate has proven something of an annoyance, but no matter. We're nearly through, aren't we, Jake? Just a little more pain?
Then it's true. You are a sorcerer.
Yes, a sorcerer. Disciple of blood, chaser of life everlasting. For a true sorcerer, death is but an inconvenience to rid oneself of, Hunter. Brachus Rex, centuries in his grave, will walk again, healthy as a newborn babe. That is our power, the power of sorcery.
So who is Brachus Rex and why are you trying to resurrect him, even though we've had this conversation before with the art captain at least?
He was the greatest sorcerer ever to have lived. His power outmatches us all. The secrets he carries within him are phenomenal. He will aid us in our task, Hunter. All you have seen, all we are trying to do, this is but the beginning. Considering the imminent turn of the tide, Source Hunter, you should trust me when I say you're better off dead. Brachus Rex is rising, and soon Source will live again.
Okay, demons. I wish I could pull an army out of my ass. Like a little bit of fire damage. Cyclops Wizard, Demonic Rams, and Chartbone Lieutenant. Counselor Jake is gone. Did he turn into something? By the way, doesn't matter.
Sodden all the way to my boot soles.
That's sort of the point. realistically, what can we do? What is the most troublesome thing they have? Do I need to heal? The wizards probably. Evelyn could be the most troublesome, but she's not gonna be easily disposed of either. There's a couple of guys coming our way. Evelyn will burn though. How about the rest? Weak to water, fire heals. Nothing special. Weak to earth, air heals. Resistance against everything. So more or less there's nothing particularly bad coming our way. I think I'll want to just save the points for now. The rest will burn just nicely though. Demonic rams explode. Cyclops wizard is gonna die anyway. Blood wind demon is gonna be next. Not doesn't have really protection against fire, so we could just burn. Is he burning? Nope. One more guy somewhere. That's got. Blind. Snood. Okay. Argus too far. Just drink a potion.
On the mend!
On the mend, indeed. Right. Blood wind demon has to die. Question is, how's the best way to do it? I cannot use air on it. Heal. I could teleport one of our annoying friends out of here. Especially the chartboat lieutenant is probably trouble. Demon probably should stay where it is. Out of sight. Fucking kill the goddamn ram. Something happened. Something got stunned. The Cyclops must have died. Okay. Next is Blood Wind Demon, so he has to die. Could fireball them, but the rat will die. I'm sort of curious about the rat because there's no chance in hell you can talk with it before you do the fight. So I might actually contribute something useful.
Face the unending darkness.
Witchcraft. Air damage. She's basically the same as Jahan. So not really big of a problem for us. Go away. Yes, you did. You sort of could use a heal too. Now, what exactly can we do? We can try to cripple things or knock things down. Sort of thinking we should probably focus on fighting our own fight first. Be able to knock someone out. Worth a try there, it was a 50-50 chance if it's going to succeed or not. We had the best chance against Evelyn, alternatively we can weaken them. Buff our own, debuff them. What about Scarlet? What exactly can Scarlet achieve? Not much. Han is a better choice. Helen couldn't do shit. Try to poke her eyes out, I suppose.
Such pretty
Why?
eyes.
Right. I don't want to risk going through the fire. I don't want to go there either, because I'm gonna just burst into flames. Someone's got to do something. Yeah, this is a pretty important turn for us. Tilt, weak, blind, cursed. That's all we can do. Why did I do that? The fire thing is gonna get healed by fire attacks. This one gets healed too, but not enough for it to really matter. The damage from the weapon is so much stronger than the little bit of healing it also does. Okay, I need something that doesn't do fire damage. Water will probably work really well here. There's a good chance we could kill the Charred Lieutenant.
It's its own deliverance!
Yeah, this is a definitely is a minor annoyance at this point.
On the mend!
Yes, on the mend.
Shock!
Suppose we could switch back to our fire wand. Which was what? Well, 25 to 40 fire damage? This was it? Seriously? Certainly looks like it. That's just terrible. Still looking at the others, yeah. Don't see it being too terrible. Well, whatever.
Fire it up!
Yeah, she's pretty much done for. Good debuffs.
Darkness everywhere.
Why is she can do so many things in a single turn? That's bullshit. That is just horrible bullshit. Get rid of the fire.
What a deluge!
And of course I have a fire one now too. I don't think it honestly matters too much. She's not gonna get another turn. Although she might. She won't. $292.
My. The Source Hunter. Dear dead heaven told me you had landed in Sarseal, drawn to my source-ridden corpse like flies to excrement.
Empty perfume bottle. Oral tough cloth armor fire resistance. Actually fire and air resistance. Vicious sharp executioner's sword of mangling, two-handed epic. Extra +1 speed, +16 hit points. How does it compare to Madora's current weapon? Well, the minimum damage is close to the maximum damage of the current weapon. It's not quite that bad because the other one does fire damage too. Plus 10% chance to set burning status for 2 turns. But +1 speed is a guaranteed attribute boost, +16 hit points, which is basically nothing. Yeah, the sword is slightly better. But the difference then, I suppose it's better in the sense that you don't have to give a shit if the opponent, how it reacts to fire. And on top of that you get the +1 speed. Also worth 2,339. I'm not that interested in getting it. I mean, I think it's nice, but that's it. It's nice.
Well, here I am. A man no longer. A monster instead. Unworthy of the conduit's grace.
Counselor Jake, I presume?
The very same. Jake, counselor by day, sorcerer by night, martyr in death.
You say you're a martyr. What do you mean by that?
Mean? Do you contest it? Huh? You presumptuous dog. I died serving the conduit. Leandra! Leandra! Oh, blessed conduit. I'd have followed you till the end of time. But it wasn't to be. I was struck down in the prime of my sorcery. And by whom? Leandra's own sister. The pox upon her.
Hold on, so you were killed by the conduit's sister?
I, Ikara. Ikara. I spit on every syllable. They call her the White Witch. She is powerful in her own right, but never would I have thought she'd challenge her sister Leandra and kill one of the most loyal. Me.
There must be more you know about Ikara.
Very little indeed. What concern was that foul woman of mine? White Witch, perhaps, the black sheep of her family too. She shunned her sister's teachings. Can you believe that? She could have been the very conduit's right hand, but she shunned her. Oh, take vengeance upon her, blessed Leandra. I invoke you. Open her veins, bleed her dry, give her a function at last.
Why did Evelyn resurrect you?
Foolish grasper. She who thought herself the conduit's favorite couldn't stand that I had been privileged as a confidant. When she realized the conduit had been in the inn the night I was killed, she couldn't stand to think that I had been trusted where she had not. She brought me back to unlife so that I would reveal what I knew. She wanted to work her way back into the conduit's confidence. But as you saw, Leandra had no interest in Evelyn's petty tricks.
Tell me about your murder.
My murder, a tale of woe. The time, a misty midnight. The place, the King Crab Inn. The players, myself, Leandra, Ikara, and a stranger whose identity I have never established. The conduit was there to meet with this stranger, and had tasked me to stand ready to overpower him if necessary. I heard sounds of passion at first, but later of angry argument. Then I heard Leandra's command, and I entered the room. She swerved past me, and oh, I can still feel the rasp of her holy breath upon my ear. Whispered, "Finish him."
Jerk him up until he... Yep.
The man lay on the floor, struck down and ready for my knife, which I plunged deep into his heart. Yet, but not a moment later, Ikara burst through the window, and I was defenseless. She savagely tore my life from my body, and I died in the glow of the source. A holy martyr, slain in the name of the conduit.
Yeah, that's sort of the thing. It's not actually all that easy to burst through a window in a way where you end up being on the top of things. I suppose Zombie Jake, or Jake at that moment, was confused enough that gave her Kara time to actually recover from bursting through the window. Evelyn mentioned the resurrection of Brachus Rex. Do you know anything about him?
Yes, yes. The king is dead, but not for long. Long live the king! Brachus Rex has no equal, Hunter. His knowledge of the source is absolute, and through him so will the conduits be. The hour is nigh. You do not realize it yet, but his axe is falling towards your scrawny neck. And I am of little use to Leandra's cause now. My worm-eaten rind is an insult to her perfection. To my grave, then, I will go. I suppose she'll not grudge me my portion of rest.
The immaculate snake sprouts a new head wherever we look. If our murder victim's one of them crazy cultists, anyone could be.
The once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get the items he was carrying in that trade window, then he's gone, and so are the items. The reason I'm sort of reluctant to spend the money is because I need to buy the treasure maps anyway, and the less I have to grind the money through the crafting system and the others, the better, so...
On the men.
Here we have Resurrect, always a classic.
Sweet relief.
Resurrect. A smelly scar. That's probably Leandra's item. Could have shown it to the dog.
Lucky find!
Another book of blasphemy. Dead Orc. You want to have a chat, do you?
May the pain wrought by sword and sorcery stalk this stiff, stirring strumpet beyond the shores of death. Once more we have stumbled upon an amateur. One who disfigures the pallid elegance of necromancy's visage with rank and vulgar imperfections. She dabbled with flesh like a child with its pudding. She was deaf to the screams of her victims as she made the scalpel glide through exposed limbs with the easy grace of birds through air. And for what? For nothing but to command death, the true necromancer. It is life he wants to command. Immortality. Achieve this, and the screams of agony will not have thundered forth from tortured throats in vain. They will be forgotten in the maelstrom of time eternal.
Not sure how to feel about that. Power at any cost, well, not at any cost. Power at the cost of wanton torment of innocence. I feel it's especially despicable because you always have alternatives, but at the same time, I suppose you could view it like medical experiments on animals. Sometimes certain costs are worth the gains, but I feel this is so black and white that you could basically choose either one and pretend it reasonably. I'll say despicable because it's wanton torment, not really for something for a good cause or reasonable precautions taken to minimize the suffering. Scarlet disagrees. Holier than thou attitude may work on the weak will, but who in his right mind would not trade a few deaths for eternal life?
You bicker among yourselves, and you have good reason to, as long as you do not both realize that humanity is but a gathering of germs from which an exalted few may pluck the subject their studies require and vivisect them into oblivion while propelling themselves into eternity.
Right. Jahan isn't exactly trustworthy in my opinion, because he definitely has the attitude that he'll screw us over too if he gets benefit out of it.
Glory be this noble pursuit, tainted as it may be by the blunders of simpletons like Evelyn. Let us eradicate such vermin wherever we find it. Let us seal up every crevice it crawls from. But let us never lose sight of the higher purpose that the art of necromancy promises yet. So, now to pursue said promise with haste and determination. Death is a friend of time, life is not.
Potion bottles, potion bottles, potion bottles. Yeah, I want to talk to the goddamn rats again. If I'm gonna spare them, might as well hunt them down and talk to them.
I needed that.
They didn't die, did they? Away somewhere, maybe? Yeah, I don't see any rats. I suppose they could have died. There was a lot of things going on here at the later stages. Well, I'm not detecting any corpses though. So maybe it just ran off. There should be 3 rats, yeah. There's 4. Okay.
How can Evelyn hate Jake? They're both the best of friends with the white-haired lady. What was her name? Condelia? The people beyond this gate are off. Evelyn just loves ruining beautiful star stones with her sticky red sap.
Sticky red sap. Can we get some of that sticky red sap? Do we want to ruin those stones too? I'm not so sure. There might be other uses of both of them, or maybe basically depending what you do with them determines what exactly can you do with the stones. What is this? Just a seat that stares into the wall. Maybe a torture device of some sort. Well, anyway, we made proper progress this time. Although this seems like something that we could have done quite a bit a while ago. Or we even went to the Black Cove. Repair hammer, no need. It has some value, I suppose we could sell it. Blank skill book fire. Ingredient can be used to create a skill book. Okay, that's interesting. How? Hard metal armor. New fire wand for our Robert, Roderick, whatever. Extra hit points, chance to set muted status for 2 turns. Yeah, that's a great one. Fire resistance, negative on movement, massive amount of hit points. Same armor. It's basically the same armor except fire resistance instead of earth resistance. We can carry extra pieces of armor though. How does this compare to the previous one that I had? Fire damage is slightly higher, has a critical chance, has more hit points, has a chance to go muted status, and that's about it. I suppose we could try dual wielding wands. Reduces damage penalty and total action point when wielding 2 weapons. So dual wielded wands. You can get 50% damage boost from the wand skill. Then attack cost reductions, which will in the end be 3, basically allowing you. I think it starts with 6 and goes 5, 4, and 3. More or less doubling your damage plus 50% from the actual weapon skill itself. So just from looking at that, yeah, it's dual wielding is more expensive to develop, but it's also the best thing you can do if you want to do damage. We could do probably closer to what, 60 to 100 points of damage in exchange for 3 action points. Range would be around 16 meters. truck. I don't think there's anything here we can do. Might as well report. 3 things at that. A box. What's in that box? Splintered arrow. Novice. Fire an arrow that splinters on impact, dividing to 82 to 135 piercing damage over enemy targets in an 8-meter radius. Really requires just a single point. Yes. Yes. Identified here. Inaudible antique silver ring of lore master, pickpocketing and lore mastery. I don't think this honestly has use for anyone. How many pickpocketing rings do you have? We currently have none in hand. Pickpocketing, pickpocketing, pickpocketing. Yeah. Just sell that away. Port success.
Source Hunter, you have done it, haven't you? You've discovered the fate of Counselor Jake.
Yeah, let me get you up to speed.
By the gods, no one could have predicted such a dark turn of events. This is worse than my deepest fears made manifest. It just cannot be that they aim to resurrect him. Brachus Rex. It cannot be! Forgive me, this news just so very upsetting. This thing. It was the king of tyrants. The embodiment of terror. The lunatics that seek his rise must be stopped, whatever the cost.
You seem to take this matter greatly to heart.
I do. I do indeed. Brachus would unseat the king of demons in sheer perfidy and malice given half a chance. For the world, for you and I to suffer his perversions once more is unthinkable. The possibility of his return is more than I can bear. And Ikara, that she has been dragged into this sorry business adds insult to insufferable injury.
If these necromancers seek to resurrect Brachus, they must be gathering at his grave. Do you know where we should look?
There have long been rumors that Brachus's corpse was interred in the vaults beneath the abandoned Church of the Seven in Sicil's eastern hinterlands. That place is crawling with undead these days, so the rumors may well be true. Where Leandra goes, the dead rise left and right. And even in death, the long-lost tyrant's corruption appears to persist. Come to think of it, did anyone in Evelyn's lair mention the name Cassandra?
Cassandra? No, no one mentioned that name. Why?
It's nothing, Hunter. Nothing. My mind is reeling, but I'll feel better soon. After you've cut short Leandra's dark pursuits.
Why do you bemoan Ikara's involvement in all this?
She is a great woman, Hunter. A champion of all that is good and pure. She may have killed Jake, but then again, the man turned out to be a vile sorcerer. I can only surmise that she is on to her sister's sinister schemes, which makes me fear for her safety more than anything else.
We saw the leader of this cult, Leandra, a sorceress.
Leandra. I know her, though I haven't seen her in years. As you know, she and Ikara are sisters. It's hard for me to believe that she's leading this cult. that she's delirious enough to go after Brachus Rex. But clearly her involvement can no longer be denied. She's as smart as 10 wizards put together, Hunter. An opponent to be feared. Now, you said Jake and Evelyn called her the Conduit, didn't you? In that case, she may just be the elusive head of the Immaculates.
What are the Immaculates?
There's a village in the forests north of Sicil where a new religion has taken hold. Its followers call themselves Immaculates, and I've heard say they worship a leader called the Conduit. This village is called Silverglen, and if my suspicions turn out to be correct, there is sorcery at work there.
Okay, do you have any idea who the stranger might be that Jake told us about? The one Leandra was meeting in the tavern?
Alas, I haven't the foggiest. Another sorcerer, perhaps? Or simply another victim of Leandra's ploys? The Legion didn't find a second body at the scene of the crime, so maybe he escaped with his life after all. Though, just as likely, his body too was taken away by Evelyn for experimentation.
Much more likely that it's someone we've already met. We should continue our investigation.
And I will see if I can find out more about Ikara's involvement. But in the meantime, please pursue Leandra to the old church in the east and stop her before she can raise Brachus. I beg of you.
2,000 gold.
Now, where is my pepper?
Hit points, air
Did it
resistance,
sprout
water
legs and run
resistance.
away? Ah, yeah.
Sarong. Someone had a normal sarong. I'm also looking for an additional lockpicking item. What's your equipped gear? Lockpicking, right. I think we needed another lockpicking ring, in fact.
Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah.
Large resist all potion. 1,000 gold. Yeah. Wonder if these stack. Probably not. And the duration is only 3 turns, so even if it would stack, it would be incredibly expensive to try to get high resistance through the potions. It's a good sarong.
Now, where is my
Has decent
pepper?
resistances,
Did it
but
sprout
more
legs
importantly,
and run
40
away?
hit points.
Yeah.
We certainly have worse. That doesn't matter, I don't want to spend money on it. We had some items we just wanted to jump away. Quite a few, in fact.
Now, where is my
Can I
pepper?
equip this?
Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah.
We'll get a little bit more money if we did.
Looks like bringing up Brachus Rex's name alone is enough to turn our friendly neighborhood wizard into a scaredy cat.
Who wants to talk?
And so the mystery is solved. Councillor Jake was murdered by this so-called White Witch Ikara. But as it stands, I guess our next concern is Brachus Rex.
Then we know... yeah.
Then we know what we must do next. Pursue Leandra and stop her before she brings Brachus Rex back to life.
Agreed. If Brachus is half as dangerous as Jake and Evelyn claimed, we must prevent his ever seeing the light of day again.
Bold.
Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is.
Right. Where exactly am I getting lockpicking bonuses from? Belt, a ring.
Now, where is my pepper? pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is.
Piss. What about boots? Yeah, we can get one from boots. We need no, actually this is bracer. Right, so if we get one ring, additional lockpicking ring, we basically have 5 points in lockpicking. So we have to keep our eye out for that.
Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is.
Why do I have this crap?
Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is.
This would be a better armor. Would lose a little bit of hit points, but properly better armor. How does this even affect things? How much non-magical damage your armor absorbs when you are hit? You have 14% physical damage reduction versus enemies of your own level.
Where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away?
Pretty weak, but I suppose it's better than nothing. At the same time, we shouldn't stare at that value too much. Oh, I'm going to go and...
Did someone leave an oven door open?
I need to look at 2 things. The guy who sells the treasure maps and...
Where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away?
how the hell do we craft magical scrolls? How exactly does it work? We have recipes for it. Magic ink and pot and a blank scroll. Water scroll. Yeah, sure. Just show it to me. Like the skill. Wouldn't mind seeing how much skills do I get left.
Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is.
We have no crafting equipment on at the moment. We might be... yeah, we can get +1 from the belt. And that's it. Maybe... no. So, pure crafting items would also be bad.
Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is.
No way in hell we're using these.
Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is.
We'll go and report Council Jake's death. What happened
Did
there?
someone leave an oven door open?
And we'll go with the treasure maps, I guess. No. We want to check in general. Does anyone have crafting and lockpicking items? I need a lockpicking ring and a crafting pretty much anything.
You, Again. So, let me get this straight. There are insidious sorcerers running about town that turned a council ambassador into a zombie for sport, after said councillor was murdered by some mystery witch who subsequently trotted off to her cabin in Luculla Woods. Sure you haven't omitted relevant details like, flying brooms, black cats, and bloody pentagrams? By Belagar's nebbers! Sounds like a fantasy tale mothers tell their children before bed. And I bet none of it's more than fantasy either. Though no doubt Ahu puts stock in your every word. Anyway, be these truths, half-truths, or outright lies, it seems to me your business in Cyseal is concluded. Don't let the undead hit you on the way out.
1754. Encourage allies. Strength, dexterity, intelligence, constitution. Taunt. Nothing particularly interesting. Burning metal shield of hindrance. Luck charm +2. Minus 0.5 to movement, that's pretty bad. Bodybuilding +1. That's status effects. Blacksmithing hit points. Sovereign's Orb, this is for the holy hand grenades. Empty perfume bottle. Why is it so expensive? Yeah, it probably has something to do with taking some kind of charm potions. But it's 300 just for the empty goddamn bottle. I have no recipe for it. Yeah, I'm beginning to think the canisters are for arrows. Military munitions factory. Sneaking armor, right. Slewed status on a sword. Tremor grenades, something like this. How the hell would you do tremor grenades? Knockdown. Minor earth damage. Okay, let's see what we can dump here. Probably have some extra still to sell late after this. What else? There's a ton of these shitty ones. Magical poison dart. $7,500. Marketplace probably our best bet. Maybe Esmeralda. Who the hell knows about the crafting?
Salutations, Source Hunter.
Summon undead warrior. Why not actually be a summon level 8 fire elemental? At the same time, we already have a summon spell. Summon one there, zombie, and I haven't used it once. Haven't really had a reason to use it. Movement, chance to stun. Armor specialist, fire resistance. Burning metal shield of water. Yeah, of course it is. Bodybuilder's cracked leather belt of vitality. Probably a lot of hit points. Unlock skill flare. Scorching dull gold ring of thief. +1 pickpocketing, poison resistance, and can do the flare skill. That's quite interesting. The fact that you can unlock skills through equipment pieces. Reflect 10% of melee damage as air damage. Lackluster. Lackluster offering in general. Roderick. Right, I think we can pretty much just dump everything. $9,000. And we have a couple of places we could still loot in the town. We're just clever enough. Need to invest in sneaking though. Sneaking equipment more likely. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, it's gonna cost a little bit of cash, but who really cares? At the same time, I'd like to get the treasure maps out of the way in a single swoop. Because it would allow me to basically spot, are they all new locations or are some of them something I've already looked. Don't want to spend 2,000 gold to find out that I've already visited the goddamn place. Extra bartering items weren't hurt either. We currently have bartering boots and necklace. So bartering rings also will always earn their money back. So.
The hunter returns! I hope you are here to shop. I cannot believe Jake was a sorcerer. What depravities did he commit? Was he planning to use me as a sacrifice? Ooh, I shudder to think that for years I have lain next to him at night, peacefully sleeping, while his thoughts dwelt on blood and devilish magic.
Yes. Devilish magic. Blacksmithing and crafting gloves. What exactly are you wearing now? Blacksmithing and telekinesis. We currently have one crafting item, I think, on Jahan. Probably not even equipped. And it's the gloves. No, it's definitely not equipped. Belts. We have a belt. Why do we have bartering boots? Ah, we have bracers, we have boots. So anything... No, we have bracers and belt. Anything that's not bracers or belt would be valuable. Legendary. First legendary. Fireman's thick sarong of the snake. Initiative, hit points, poison resistance, fire resistance. 2,800. This... it's fine. Shrug. Silencing elegant clawed earth wand of disfigurement. So it can mute a target and can cast poison darts. Leadership, chance to set cursed, can do poison darts. More or less standard fare after that. Yeah, still a metric ton of this crap. $10,500. Thank you very much. I guess the item system is sort of like in Diablo, in that everything goes redundant fairly quickly. At the same time, if you get a single item that massively boosts the thing you're looking for, even if it drains you dry of gold, you still should buy it.
Ah, gracious patron, I see your tired eyes looking a bit teary. I've just the potion for that. Or would you prefer a toasty fire spell to dry those vapors?
Boots of bartering. I think I have boots and an amulet. Crafting components, but nothing interesting. Get new spells, I suppose. Ice shard. I certainly could use additional water spells. Ice shard seems to be the basic attack spell of the class. 1,000 gold. Invisibility would be another. Could do some thievery business. Thunder jump.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies size seals ever seen.
Any takers?
This would be get out of trouble spell, in my opinion, the thunder jump. You basically would do damage, then choose a target that's far away from trouble and transfer there.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
You like it? I might actually have it somewhere. And I'm not looking for new spells now. I'll look for them when I'm basically ready to move on this place entirely.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies size seals ever seen.
There was a shopkeeper at the upper floor of the inn. We'll visit that, then come and deal with the maps. I'll save, buy all the maps, check the location, see how it goes. Hello, Duke.
Ah, hello. I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have, like our noble Captain Aureus before you.
Jake's murder.
Come to apologize for your baseless accusations? Well, now that the matter's settled, I have no reason not to say it. I hated Jake, the corrupt old goat. And if that cult hadn't gotten to him, I might have done the honors myself.
Fair enough. Okay, why is there a rat running around here now? The cat is gone.
Nemris is the greatest philosopher in the land, you know.
What were you? Wolfram.
Welcome thee, my friend! Waitress! Another round of beers, if you please.
He was the undead specialist.
Quite so. Zombies are the should you encounter these menaces, these ones in particular, be that as it may. Oh, and don't be surprised if I'm an archaeologist.
Okay, what about you? Are you the mystery man who was there, maybe?
Glorious to see you once more, fair friend. She showed it. You mean steal yours by following her there. What's it? Go on
The same conversation topics.
Greetings, Source Hunter.
How gratifying to see you return. You are quickly becoming my favorite customer.
Winged bee. Yeah, make yourself immune to surfaces as if you were floating above them. This is something I want now. Venomous strike. Poison status. I don't think so. Destroy a summon. Immense damage to a summoned creature. There have been summoned creatures used a few times. I don't know if the sorcerer and creatures that are summoned into the fight count as summons. I got the impression that there are things like air elementals and such things. So also immense damage is a pretty big, pretty vague of a thing. So I'm not all that interested in it. Rapture, right? Lower willpower. Lower resistance. This is pretty much mandatory if we want to. Well, actually, this is not mandatory at all. The problem with this is not that it's not useful, it's that it's a 8-meter radius. So we'd have to be very close to the target, and we often don't really have that chance. Then willpower would be 17 meters, and it would be making targets susceptible to charm, for example. Adept and adept. Yeah, that's quite a lot of adept skills, just so we can get one thing to work. I really should buy the fuses. They're very cheap, and we can keep making grenades. 3 epic belts. Lock-picking belt. Do we need a lock-picking belt? A lock-picking belt and a lock-picking belt. We have a lock-picking belt, right? So these would be better lock-picking belts. They're pretty much all identical though. A little bit of poison resistance and a little bit of hit points. Not exactly impressed though. Also, give me empty grenades. Oh, Roderick, do you have anything to trade at this point? Probably not. Well, I could trade a couple of things. Oh, this is terrible. Maybe one of the staffs too. We have an earth wand, so we don't need an earth staff. What to do with the orc armor? We don't strictly speaking need it, but it's unique. It's worth a little over 1,000 if I sell it. Decent amount of cash anyway. I don't want to pay her money. Can you even use this? Yes. Yeah, I think love grenades can certainly be made from perfume bottles. The thing is, it costs too much. It doesn't make sense. So usually, every time you have to do something yourself, it massively increases the value of the item. But the empty perfume bottle already costs this much. I don't know. Don't know. Maybe it can be used to make charming arrows. That would explain why it would be so valuable in a way that it doesn't get used up. Not necessarily love grenades, but the perfume bottle. I really haven't gotten yet how to make how arrows get made. Or skulls. Yeah, a lot of things really. Okay. Yeah, we'll buy the treasure maps, check them out, leave things at that.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens! Toe of snake, wing of worm, broom spice of
How lovely to see you again, haver of the beautifully shaped shoulders.
5,300 for what exactly? I don't know. There's no way it's worth 5,300.
My map is slowly filling up with secrets. My map is slowly filling up with secrets. My map is slowly filling up with secrets. My map is slowly filling up with my map is slowly filling up with secrets.
Okay, there's quite a lot of secrets. 2 secrets in areas I haven't visited.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes. Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
This is not a...
Join the Spud Club if you got an eye for farm potatoes.
Some say Marla Goldhammer buried her fabled treasure chest exactly here. Okay. But the map is too colored to be able to spot these easily. There's 5 and 3 in that area. That's 1.
Not in the mood for cheese. That excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine golden man.
Yeah, there's 1. The rose berry. It's right next to the deleted one.
Red and orange.
Literally here. Where the chest is. There's nothing we've dug up here though. At least it doesn't show.
Insight of Maxos!
But there's no way of really knowing, is there? Anyway, I can up my perception. Perception and telekinesis. I think the one of the chests where we've dug up here is... we've already found it.
Spy any traps ahead?
So... treasure chest 2 is basically a waste. 1,000 gold down the drain, and I don't recall fighting anything useful here anyway. I wish the chests were named. Honestly, just named. Still 3 and 5. That's 6. Where's 4? It's 1. Where's 4? Ah, for God's sakes. Can we get a description of it then? Cross yourself thrice before attempting to dig up the cursed treasure of Babe Ore. Could it be the location of the hidden stash of Princess Paulwyn discovered? Rumor has it the lost King Janus sent his prized possession west. They were to be buried along with his memory. It's only a story, but some say this is where the golden goose buried the last of its precious eggs. Okay, where's that? That is close to Watcher statues. Hello, Mr. Rat.
One of those crazy statues told me it could see my future. But I'd never trust an overgrown pebble.
Good for you. Show me the map. Still haven't dug up anything here.
I've spotted something interesting.
Probably should basically choose up lucky equipment pieces when you do these, so you could get better loot. Summon spider. Well, would be goddamn too. Epic dagger though. So that might be at least worth something. Telekinesis and lockpicking. Well, we were looking for a lockpicking ring, so useful. Sadistic Poniard of Ice. 15% chance to get shield status. It's a level 4 item, basically making it worthless. Just sell it away. Still, number 4. There. It's next to Ruined Villa. Right, it is... In all probability, I would have never found these, even if they would be detectable without the maps. Yeah, I think they might be, because they don't automatically get revealed when you arrive there. You actually do have to have some kind of perception value.
I've spotted something interesting.
Bluegill mushroom, lockpicks, and 2 pieces of crab items. They look like they have a higher level though. Pickpocketing boots. They have a decent armor class, so they might actually be somewhat useful. But as a general rule, he seems weak, not really worth money. Right. It's basically superior to our current piece of equipment, so no complaints there really. It's not all that valuable, but it's fine. What about this bow? Similar to the air bow, except does water damage and shield. This does air and stunned. So there's an enemy that is vulnerable, I mean resistant to air, at least you have an option. So while it's not good, it's I suppose passable. Still, for the most part, these are just rubbish. They're waste of money. At the same time, what exactly am I going to do with the money? Not just waste it on something like this? I don't know. So I'm not complaining too much. Just I feel like if you're going to buy these type of chests, I would prefer if they would have something that's maybe unique, or it does not every piece of equipment piece found in a chest like that has to be, but I would still prefer that it's something besides the standard crap you can get from anywhere. Okay, it's still quite a few. Brachus Rex, Brachus Rex, Brachus Rex, Leandra. Probably have to go through the eastern portion though. So everything leads to Brachus Rex. Oh. Wife Marisa in Silver Glen, so we can't deliver that yet. Expedition to church. Wild Woman and the Renegade. Alright, I don't see anything really interesting for us to do except head for the eastern parts. There are a couple of ways to do it though. Through the fire, through the center here, or through the side. I'm more or less leaning toward the side, but we've cleared this place very thoroughly already. And it seems to go very close to abandoned church anyway. The direct path here, or the closest path, might go into the fire areas or get multiple different enemy groups to attack us. Here, we're with the map edge, we are more or less secure as far as I can see. So I'll teleport to the grove and leave things there. We'll make a push for the church. Yeah. These were skeletons protecting the bridge. So we either go through the poison or through this witch's house with an obvious skill book there, or a crafting book, also a switch of some sort. So yeah, this seems like the right place to go. Where's the entrance to it? On the bridge. We can resell the maps, maybe? No, they don't have any more value. But I don't see how anyone else could know that except me. So I would... A clever businessman should be able to resell these to someone else. Huh, who cares? more or less, I guess, a money sink in the game. Afterwards, once you played it once, you know where the good stuff is. Although I think there's quite a big level of randomization, especially with these type of items. But there might be uniques and things like that that's more reliable that you can find there.